Power! She down there cooking some damn spam.
These samples.
Hey everyone, it's Micah Fragrance back at it again with another video. Today I'm going over 3 great beginner fragrances. So if you're just getting into fragrances, or if you have been getting into fragrances but you don't have that many, here are some good ones that I think beginners would really enjoy. Now, I will warn you, these fragrances can get kind of boring. Now, 2 of these I did kind of get bored of. One of them I have not got bored of yet, and I'm sure I will never get bored of because it's one of my favorite fragrances. Now, I'm not sure if I have done a video like this or the same exact video, but even if I had, this is going to be my newer list. And this is going to be a ranked video. There'll be a number 3 and a number 1 spot. So let's dive into the list. So the first one I'm going to recommend you is a cologne fragrance, but it's a really good fragrance just if you start out. And this used to be my signature when I first started out. That is Mont Blanc Explorer. Now, it's a clone of Creed Aventus. Now, this stuff is about $40 for the 3.4 ounce, give or take, on like Joma Shop, for example. But it's a really nice fragrance. Now, the Creed Aventus DNA is very citrusy. It's woody. If I'm not mistaken, there's ambroxan in here. There's a leather note, but the leather is not prominent. This is a very nice, clean, masculine fragrance. Now, I used to wear this a lot when I first started collecting. This was like my 3rd or 4th fragrance, and it quickly became my signature scent just because you can throw it on, and yes, you will get compliments. Now, this is one of the ones that I did kind of get bored of. It's a good fragrance, but I don't reach for it that much. For beginners, I think that this would be perfect, and it's a great entry to, I would almost say, like niche fragrances, just because this, although it's not a niche fragrance, this has that niche DNA in it, and will, kind of put you towards some more niche fragrances. Even if it just puts you towards, the actual bottle of Creed Aventus, it'll get you a little closer to niche, or at least some niche feeling fragrances. But this is a really nice fragrance. Like I said, it won't break the bank. 6 to 7 hours of longevity, 2 to 3 feet of projection, not a monstrous performer or projector by any means. Solid fragrance, just got tired of it, and I think that the Creed Aventus DNA has been overdone so much, but still a solid fragrance if you're just starting out. If not, probably don't get this, probably skip over it, get something a little more unique. The next one is a very legendary fragrance, and one thing I notice is a lot of people, even if they don't have a collection, they'll have a bottle of this one in their collection. So number 2 is going to Versace Eros EDT. This is a solid fragrance. That's the best way to describe it. Has a really nice mint and apple combo in the opening, so it's a fresh opening. And then pretty much the dry down, it's a pure vanilla dry down, at least to my nose. There is some ambroxan in there as well, and I think that there's some woody notes as well. But like I said, very prominent vanilla. So if you like vanilla, or if you want just a vanilla bomb fragrance, Versace Eros EDT will be the way to go. Now, it's important to note a lot of Versace fragrances, by a lot of them, I mean, I'm pretty sure all of them went through a major reformulation in 2024. So this fragrance, from what I hear, lasts anywhere from like 5 to 7 hours. Now, you could get more or less. I got a really good batch. I think it's like a 2022 batch or something like that. And I get like 8 to 9 hours longevity off 3 sprays. This stuff just works on my skin, and it's really nice. You will get compliments. It has ambroxan, which is what will get you compliments. And as you've noticed, this has ambroxan in it. This has ambroxan in it. And the next number 1 spot has ambroxan in it as well. So ambroxan heavy fragrances are really good just to get you into fragrances because ambroxan will get you compliments. If I'm not mistaken, ambroxan doesn't necessarily have a smell, but it just makes a fragrance very attractive. I totally could be mistaken. It could have a scent. But, skipping over just ambroxan at this point, it's a very good fragrance. Now, this was another one that I just kind of got tired of. It's a good fragrance, but it's not unique. I much prefer Eros Eau de Parfum or Eros Flame, but for a beginner, Eros EDT is just solid. Very good fragrance. The next fragrance, which is number 1, we're going to be going over, is also a Versace fragrance, and as I said, this has ambroxan in it as well. So the fragrance that I'm talking about is Versace's Dylan Blue, a beautiful fragrance and my number 1 recommendation. Now, it's a blue fragrance. If I had to quickly sum it up, there's grapefruit, there's bergamot, there is saffron, it's amber heavy, it's ambroxan heavy. It's a very nice fragrance. It's slightly aquatic as well, but a very good fragrance. Now, I have a pre-reformulation bottle. I get about 8 hours of longevity, 2 to 3 feet of projection. It's important to note, post-reformulation, expect anywhere from like 4 to 6 hours of longevity, 2 to 3 feet of projection, same scent. But this is a very nice fragrance, and I think even at that 4 to 6 hours of longevity mark, it's still a solid fragrance. Now, as I said, it's a blue fragrance. If you don't know what a blue fragrance is, it means that it's fresh with added depth. Now, blue fragrances are really the way to go if you're just starting out because they're easily likable. Versace Dylan Blue as well will not break the bank, about $40 for the 3.4 ounce. It's just a beautiful fragrance. So that's my top 3 list. As I said, these all have ambroxan in them. That does not mean any ambroxan fragrance is going to be very mass appealing. There's some that really aren't, but these these ones do, which is just something I noticed. I wasn't really trying to prove a point like, oh, if you're a beginner, you need Embroxen heavy fragrances. Those are just what I noticed. But with Embroxen heavy fragrances, you will get a lot of compliments. So that totally could make you love fragrances even more because you are getting a lot of compliments. But that's going to do it for the video. Let me know your guys' top 3, top 5, top 10 beginner fragrances, whatever list you guys want to let me know. Also, let me know what you think on my list as well. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace, everyone.